Hello and good day. My name is Christy Asplin, and today we're going to talk about sacred space. So, what is sacred space and why is it important? First, what does sacred mean? When I Googled sacred, this is the definition it gave me. Connected with God, now maybe that's higher power, creator, source, spirit, whatever it is you want to call it, or dedicated to a religious purpose and so deserving veneration, that deep respect and sense of awe. Now, my definition of sacred is the act of being present and engaged in some ritual or activity connected to both daily life and the higher power. Now, no worries if you define sacred differently. I simply define it now so that you may know what I mean when I say the word sacred, and so that you can find your own meaning here. I believe that all acts can be done in a sacred way, in a way that brings connection, ritual, and peace to your life. Some examples of sacred acts could be meditation, prayer, a sharing circle, or any kind of ritual, ceremony, or healing session. You could also consider playing with your children, lovemaking, art, cuddling your pet, saving a piece of nature, or giving someone your full attention sacred. I have come to find that even difficult emotions like sadness, anger, remorse, grief, guilt, and despair can be sacred when you find the meaning or hidden value underneath these emotions. As difficult emotions can bring transformation and depth, allowing you to be open to the richness of life. A sacred space would be an area designed specifically to fulfill your ritual or activity, a place where you perform an act that is meaningful to you or that you find valuable. Sacred space allows you to access depth of insight and intuition, difficult emotions to come to the surface and transform you, to more deeply explore your body, emotions, and thinking, to realize what is important, what really matters, to experience beauty, love, and compassion, to offer healing, enrich your life, and create more unity. When you can experience a deep sense of release and peace, no matter how temporary, it shows you what is possible in the rest of your life. It allows you to find meaning and value in as much of ordinary life as you can. Sacred space is important because it helps you enrich the rest of your life, access your depths, talents, creativity, and healing. Sacred space reminds you of who you are so that your life and those you touch are infused with richness and purpose, allowing more life to become sacred and full of meaning. It connects you with your body, intuition, positive thinking, compassion, empathy, and other emotions. Developing a daily sacred ritual or activity brings balance, positivity, and harmony to your life, which allows you to open more fully to the unseen sacredness surrounding you. This is my sacred space. You can create your own space with a simple table or shelf and a candle, sculpture, photo, jewelry, rocks, gems, or anything that reminds you of your connection to source energy. Allow yourself to have fun while creating your space, with great intention to bring balance and peace into your daily life. Now I'd like to get up and show you a little bit more fully my sacred space here. So this is my space. I have this lovely shelf that my family built for me, my father. And I have a nice pillow, a blanket. And over here, you can see I bring in every morning my drink. Maybe it's tea or coffee, and my water. I have my journal over there. And part of my sacred ritual is doing a little massage. So that jar down there with the yellow and green is my massage oil. Again, this is my shelf here. Now, you really do not need anything this elaborate. I do want to show you over here a good example of a simpler sacred space setup. So all you need is something that reminds you of your connection to the higher power. I chose this lovely fish here. You could choose any sculpture. It could be a photo again. It could be just a candle. It could be this nice water fountain. It could be a lamp, maybe a salt lamp or something. I also have this lovely artwork up here. It could be some kind of artwork, anything you like. And then I have this lovely little chair here. So I could also just sit right here and light my candle, and that could be my sacred space. Just that simple. So find a way to bring in a sacred space anywhere you can. This is where I love to do it because I have the time, I have the space and the resources to supply me with all of this. Now, and I practice this every single day. I come in here and I do meditation, I do self-massage, I do energy exercises, yoga, and shavasana, which is just your final resting pose in yoga. So if you are looking to bring in a little morning routine or a ritual to enhance your life, enhance your day, bring in more depth and insight, then this is what I suggest, is building yourself a lovely little sacred space and spending some time there, and if you can, every day, ideally every morning. If not, maybe it's every night, whatever works best in your schedule and in your life. But creating a space to come to allow you to explore yourself further. Now, I spend about 2 hours in here on my ritual. That is not necessary at all. I started with 15 minutes. You could start with 5. Maybe it's 5 minutes of meditation. When I started with 15 minutes, I did 5 minutes of meditation, 5 minutes of writing, and 5 minutes of reading. So it could be anything that you like in this time. I highly recommend meditation because it is so healthy for you and it brings you a sense of balance and peace to start off your day. Now, how lovely is that to start your day with that sense of balance and peace? So again, create yourself a lovely sacred space and a nice ritual so that you can start your day off in a way that brings that depth, insight, intuition. It brings about a sense of peace and balance. Start your day this way and see how that transforms your life. When I started doing this, I noticed that I was a much happier, healthier, more peaceful person all around. And it has extended. I have loved extending my exercise or my ritual and finding new exercises to bring into it. So I really hope that you can find a way to bring in a sacred space and a ritual of some kind. And then another thing is that we can make the regular, ordinary life sacred. So maybe you just don't have the time right now. Maybe having a sacred space and a morning ritual is just not going to work for you. Well, then try to make your ordinary daily life more sacred. So by this, you could just be present and engaged in the activity you're doing. If you're brushing your teeth, you're focusing on what the toothbrush feels like on your gums and on your teeth. You're focusing on the flavor that's happening in your mouth. You're focusing on the salivating that's going on. You're not thinking about the 1,000 of other things you need to do throughout the day. You're present and engaged while brushing your teeth. It could be the same thing in the shower. Like I said before, playing with your kids or doing your work, your regular everyday work. Maybe you're doing that work, but you're engaged and you're present. Let's make that work sacred. And that way, you're still allowing that depth of insight, that exploration of yourself. And this is going to bring in that peace and balance in that way. And then perhaps you can find time later to build in the ritual. So I hope that this helps, and I hope that you can find a way to bring in some sacredness into your life, whether that is a sacred space and ritual, or whether that is just a sacred act every day. At least one, right? We can find time for at least one sacred act. So if you already have a practice, I would love it if you would share your practice with us and what you're doing and how it goes for you. That would be so helpful to give other people tips and ideas on what to do for their sacred time. So I so appreciate you, and I hope that you're having the most wonderful day, and I will see you again soon. Bye now.